Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you one of our amazing partners in this endeavour, someone and a team without whom we wouldn't be here today, because it's thanks to the support of the State Government of Victoria that we were able to come home to Melbourne, to come and do Global Citizen now here in Melbourne. So please welcome the Treasurer for Victoria, Tim Pallas.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today and to share a little bit of the experience that the Victorian State Government has had in engaging with Global Citizen. At the outset, however, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we're meeting and to pay my respects to their elders past and present, and to recognise that 65,000 years of the longest culture known on this planet, the longest continuous culture known on this planet, deserves truth, treaty and voice, and the Allan Labor government is unreservedly committed to ensuring that occurs in this state. I'd also like to acknowledge all the distinguished guests who are here today and been with you over the course of the proceedings yesterday as well. I sort of feel somewhat relieved that I'm not following Hugh Jackman. Believe me, you wouldn't want to see me dance. But on behalf of the Victorian Government, I really am delighted to welcome you to day 2 of Global Citizen Now Melbourne. And the Allan Labor government is a demonstration of being able to achieve your dreams in action, and making those dreams a reality. And of course, the great challenge for any government is to recognise it's not capturing government that really matters. It's not being in government that matters. It's recognising that you are the custodians of a community's dreams, aspirations and its future. So being prepared to recognise that you have a responsibility to the future and that you've got to honour the opportunity to change the world just that little bit, as we all do together. So I am proudly a member of a government that 2/3 of our cabinet are women. And can I tell you, it makes for a much different dynamic. I've been in cabinet rooms for a long time now. You might have guessed, looking at my, I'd like to say receding hairline, but it's well and truly receded by now. But what I've found is that if you don't have cabinets that are broadly reflective of communities, then you ultimately are talking to yourself. And the great thing I've found about the Allan Labor government is that it is a cabinet of the community. It aspires to things that they wish to see made a reality within their communities. So Global Citizen Now Melbourne really is a prime example of how Victoria works to foster that deep people-to-people connection that underpins successful global collaboration. Our 23 Victorian Government trade and investment offices around the world are the largest and most impactful international network of any state or territory. In fact, it's quite surprising. The next biggest international presence of a state is 8, and we have 23. And why is that? Because we don't just assume that people know or particularly rate what's going on in Victoria. We have to work hard at relationships, and we have to invest in the long term in those relationships. So 13 of those offices alone are in the Asia-Pacific area, which reinforces our strong commitment to partnering with and investing in the region across education, trade and investment. I'm thrilled that Global Citizen Now is providing a platform to turn ideas into action, and Victoria has a very rich history of doing just that. From flu vaccines and black box flight recorders to the sunshine harvester and the polymer banknote, innovations developed right here in our own backyard have helped the world embrace new ideas and new ways of doing things. And we're putting Victoria at the forefront of the next wave of inventions through Breakthrough Victoria, which is supporting researchers and innovators to commercialise great ideas to generate sustainable returns. We're home to 3,000 startups, scale-ups and unicorns that have a combined value of around $103 billion. 3 years ago, this industry was worth less than $6 billion. That is how fast the acceleration in innovation that's happening in this state. Thanks to support from our startup agency, LaunchVic, Victorian startups are contributing to the advancement of some of the most important sectors, including medical technology, clean energy, advanced manufacturing, providing solutions to some of our most pressing challenges. As a government, we recognise that a sustainable future can't be realised without commitment and action. And in many ways, I often, when I speak to my colleagues, I reinforce the fact that we are seeing one of the greatest transfers of wealth from one generation to the next happening at the moment. And it's not happening in the right direction. That wealth transfer is actually moving from the younger generation and their opportunities to the older generation, people who look like me. And that is not equity. It's ultimately a sense of injustice. How's that happening? Basically, real estate ownership and accumulated wealth earnings. And we've got to find better, fairer ways to provide opportunity for the future. And it can't simply be the accumulation of privilege for an ageing population. It has to be a recognition that we have to share the bounty of the future. Might I also say that one of the big challenges, I think, is for particularly young people to recognise that they are not the inheritors of the future. They have an investment in it now. And that means your right to have a view, to activate around how the future should be organised is imminent. It is imperative that you express those views and you hold politicians to account for their failure to live up to your expectations about what good government and what collective action properly looks like. Victoria was one of the first jurisdictions in the world to put a net zero emissions target into law, and we're also proud to have brought forward that commitment to achieve net zero from 2050 to 2045. Melbourne is consistently ranked as one of the world's most livable cities, and Victoria has the expertise and technology to assist the region with its energy transition needs. And we're also well placed as a research and development partner and host technology trials using our world-class university facilities. We are rated the 4th best student city in the world, and significant work is already underway to achieve those leading-edge research capabilities, including through accelerating offshore wind and energy storage projects, supporting advancement in clean tech through investment in the Asia-Pacific companies like Hydroleap, Green Lion and SunGreen H2. Our Asia-Pacific neighbours are our key partners in these matters. For Victoria's economic growth, and our continued collaboration will play a pivotal role in addressing the challenges of climate change. Likewise, of course, governments and industry will need to continue to work together and co-invest to transition to a clean energy future that allows all communities to thrive. So in closing, I want to thank Global Citizen for what I think has been just an outstanding partnership over a long period of time. I've had many meetings with Global Citizen, and as has Global Victoria, but the one thing that impresses me is their ability to mobilise such highly capable and committed people. And without capacity and without commitment for the journey, and in many cases that journey can seem long, without that commitment, I think we as a community are the poorer for it. So in closing, I'd like to reiterate exactly how thrilled I am that we're hosting this summit to discuss, debate and develop even more and bolder ideas, discoveries and innovations to improve lives and to create a sustainable future for everyone. Great ideas start right here in this room. Congratulations to the team at Global Citizen for realising your vision to bring the first International Global Citizen Now Summit to Melbourne, and I wish you all a very productive summit in Australia's knowledge and innovation nation. But might I also tell you that we are the cultural and fun capital of Australia too, and I hope you find some time for a bit of fun as well. Thanks very much.